Hey everybody, it's Jeff once again with Entrepreneur Essentials here at T-Werx, and it's Friday again, and I am interviewing my friend Andrea, and she is going to talk a little bit about her entrepreneurial journey, just like we always have, and she's got a wonderful journey of how she got here from the frozen tundra up north and came back home.
Yes.
In addition to that, she's really got a great journey of someone who started her business long before she jumped out of her career that she was in and started to build a business the right way. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey.
Oh man. The funny thing is if you would ask me, 10 years ago, if I would see myself as an entrepreneur, I would say no, because that was something that brave people did. And I would admire the people who were entrepreneurs and that were able to take that leap, but I was always wanted to do the safe route and kind of do the job, and I loved the job, had a great job, but the idea of making that leap just seemed like something that was beyond me.
Okay, now let's stop for a second.
Sure.
Miss Brave, you were not brave. What did you do for a living at the time?
I was a police officer.
Okay.
So I guess I can't use that. But to me, what was even scarier was being an entrepreneur. So
Sure.
It's so true. It's all about perspective. And I thought that was something that I couldn't do. But the funny thing is my introduction into entrepreneurship came through network marketing about 5 years ago. And again, that was something that I never would have imagined myself jumping into, but it was a health and wellness company. And at the time, I was really looking for a way to supplement my nutrition and a very safe and a healthy way to do it. And I was introduced to an amazing company, and I loved the products. And in the process of just kind of getting a little background and learning more about the company and the products, I started learning about network marketing and really what that was about. And I had dabbled in a couple of different companies in the past, and I say dabble because I really didn't do the business. But with this one, I really fell in love with the company first and the integrity of the company. And then I really started looking into what was available through network marketing. I mean, you really have a business in a box. And so it was when I started looking at that and the personal growth that it took to grow that business, I really started thinking about, wow, I could actually have my own business, and what would that look like for me? And so at the time, I was working as a police officer full-time, but I had been a trainer for about 12 years, and I was doing it part-time, while I was working full-time, and had been involved in fitness for over 20. So it's really been a passion and a love of mine. And as I started growing my network marketing business, the desire just kept growing for me to have my own thing and build my own business. And so about 3.5 years ago, I decided to take that crazy leap, and I literally just leaped. And my friends were like, what are you doing? They knew me as being, doing the safe thing and the secure thing, and why would you do something like this? But it was just that calling that I felt to do this and the opportunity and realizing what was available, what was possible.
Sure.
So I made the leap about 3.5 years ago, moved from the frozen tundra back home to Austin. Yes, it was great. And now it's really just, it's getting a chance to build into and kind of live into that dream that I had.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what your business is, what you do, and why you do it. Why you have a passion for this. It really started with a personal journey that I went through on my own. Growing up, I always felt that I didn't personally fit the standard of what was beautiful for women, or what that look was, the small or the petite, or just what every woman goes through, that lack of self-confidence at times. But I learned that I was very, very strong. I was really strong, and was stronger than a lot of the guys that I was meeting and dealing with. And so when I graduated from high school, I ended up joining the service. I joined the Navy, and I loved it. And it was at that time that I really started exploring fitness, really jumping into fitness and jumping into strength training in particular. And at that time, it wasn't for women. They weren't really doing a lot with strength. It was usually at the time where women were doing a lot more cardio, men were doing a lot more strength. And I remember looking over into the gym and where all the weights were and the strength training was happening. And I thought, I want to be there. I want to do that. So I started kind of dabbling and playing around, and a lot of people were really nice to kind of come alongside and help me and teach me about it. But it was during that process that I really started to enjoy this different side of fitness and learning how to be strong in your body and just how empowering that was. And so during that time as I was working out, I would have people coming up to me, in particular women, and would start to ask me about what I was doing and if I could help them and if I could teach them. And I found that I really loved teaching and I really loved helping them. And just the empowerment that they would have when they started to feel stronger in their bodies. And so that was something that was a huge part of my journey because it empowered me in so many different ways. And so after I left the military, I went into law enforcement, which was something I was passionate about. And again, something where being strong and fit was important. So that's just kind of how that whole journey started for me. And so now in my business, I work exclusively with women.
Okay.
And my purpose is to really help them and really teach women how to break up with some of those limiting beliefs that we have, which is what I struggled with, and really embrace the beauty and your strength, both in your body and in your life. And so when you feel strong and empowered in your body, it translates into everything you do in your life. And that really was part of my journey that gave me the courage to make this jump. So I want to pass that on and add that little spin to how I coach women.
And we were talking before, that you had the same common misconception that if I use weights, I'm gonna be all big like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No.
You can't.
No, exactly. You can't do that. It's not possible.
Yeah.
But I understood where that came from because
Sure.
I had those same thoughts. And so being able to educate women about that, or being able to educate anyone about that, and just to help them feel what it feels like to feel strong in your body, that's pretty. Being able to see that transition in women is pretty empowering. It's pretty
Now,
exciting.
do you work out with them at home, or do you work out with them at a gym?
So it really depends on what they have available. I have clients that I started with in a gym, and I help them build home gyms for themselves. So now they have gyms in their homes. So probably half of my clients I work with in their homes, in home gyms, and then the other half I have a studio that I train out of near Lakeline Mall. So if they don't have a space, they come there. And then I just recently started introducing virtual coaching or online coaching, which has been pretty fun. So I can reach you anywhere, but it gives me a little more reach.
Well, that's interesting. So that's always our question: what's new in your business? So talk a little bit about that. How do you do that?
How do I do that? So I love, one of the things that the part of my business that I enjoy the most is really coaching, not just the physical part, but what's going on in your life around that, because it's, as we all know, the physical is usually a symptom of things that are happening around us in our lives. And so helping women to have a greater, stronger mindset, helping them to spend more time in personal development, helping them to whatever those things are in their lives that they want to do better in their families or in their fitness or in their business, whatever other things around their life. That's something that I love including as a part of my coaching. So with my virtual programming, I don't get a chance to be with them physically. So most of their programs are delivered. I create a PDF for them of their workout.
Okay.
I'll create a video of their workout for them if they like that. But we spend at least, depending on what they decide to do, we do meet at least once a week. We meet on a Zoom call. And it's a chance for me to really get to talk to them about everything else that's going on in their life. So if they have questions about their fitness, we go over that. If there's other things that are happening that they just need some support, some coaching, some accountability through, I get a chance to work through that with them. And I love that Zoom versus a phone call, because a lot of things that sometimes we struggle with is taking that personal time for ourselves. If I have you looking at me on a computer, you can't be doing anything else but focusing on you for that 1 hour. So I like to be able to offer that. So that's what's kind of nice about that.
It's interesting. We've even done that in my financial practice.
Yes.
We've gone to virtual meetings, and it's much better than a phone call.
Yes.
Because you can tell when somebody's just not there with you and they're just multitasking. But when you've taken over their computer and you've got them in front of you, they have to be in the game because you can see them.
Absolutely.
So, good and bad.
Absolutely. Yes. It's so true. I'm like, I don't care what you look like. I just want you to have that time.
We have one client who has a child that has a streaking problem, so it can be challenging.
That would be interesting.
All right. So fast 5 questions now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So first question. You wake up in the morning, business is totally gone. All the information's in your head. You have a place to live, laptop, computer, $500 in your pocket. What do you do first? And how do you spend the $500?
Ooh, that is a really good question. For me, the biggest thing that I had to learn when I first moved here was I had to learn how to network.
Okay.
I really had to, because when you have a job, you don't have to figure out where your customers come from, they're handed to you.
Yeah.
But when you have to create your own business, you have to network. So I would really, I would get out there and start hustling, and I would do it quick. I would find find groups or meetups, which is, I didn't even know what that was until I moved here. Start doing a lot more meetups, start getting out there and just meeting people and networking, getting my face out there. And then I would really, one of the things that I was always shy about in the beginning is just putting out promotional materials. So I would probably use that $500 and really create some nice promotional materials for myself, and then just kind of, you got to get your hustle on. So yeah, I would create some really good stuff to show people and to give people, and then just go out there and start meeting
and
new
get
people.
it done. Yeah,
Get it done.
I mean, you got to hump it and get it out
Yes.
there, and it'll all work out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the biggest entrepreneurial mistake you've ever made?
I would say this is probably one that's big for a lot of people. People that know me 10 years ago would have said my biggest fear has always been, as it is for a lot of people, is public speaking and being in front of people. And so that kind of held me back from a lot of things. And fear in general, I think, stopped me from doing so many things. And so I would say the biggest mistakes I made was just waiting too long, or waiting till you were ready, or waiting till you were perfect. Perfection doesn't ever happen, and you can't know what's wrong until you at least put it out there.
That's the problem.
And see how it works. And so I spent a lot of time holding back and not putting things out there, and not putting myself out there, and just waiting for things to be perfect. And you waste a lot of time that way, because it's just not going to happen. You're not going to know until you step into it, whether or not it works or not.
It was funny. I was having a coaching session with somebody the other day, and it reminded me of we were talking through some goals of his, and what came to mind, I don't even remember who said this, but vision with no action is a dream.
So true.
Vision with action is an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly it. And I would say 80% of successful entrepreneurs are just people that take action.
Yes.
You just do it.
Absolutely.
And you're going to get it wrong.
Yes,
and that's
exactly.
okay.
Exactly. And you won't die. Yes.
Yes, you'll survive.
You won't
I mean, the
die.
worst thing possibly that could happen is you might have to go back to work for somebody.
Yes.
And that is bad.
Yes.
But
Absolutely. Yep. Totally agree.
What's a good book that you would recommend?
Ooh. Let's see. Right now, I'm actually reading Brene Brown,
Okay.
Daring Greatly, and it's a good book because it talks about that. It's about taking those leaps and being vulnerable and not being afraid of kind of putting yourself out there a little bit and really taking that risk.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's all about, and that's a good one I'm reading now, and it's one of those that kind of tugs at you a little bit, because it really makes you look at yourself and how you see yourself and how you interpret other people based on things that may not even be true. It's kind of, we have this perception of how we think people see us, or we make up these things in our head that sometimes it's just a reflection of how we see ourselves.
Sure.
So learning how to look at yourself and just to be brave and just to dare greatly. It's a really good book.
Those are the books too that make you go, God, why didn't I do this?
I know.
Yes. Could have, should have, would have. Yeah, I should have.
Exactly.
What's a good tool that you use in your business every day that might be something that our audience would want to know about?
I am married to my phone, so
Okay.
yeah. But one of the things that I have found that's been really great is I actually have a voice recorder app on my phone.
Okay.
And it's nice because a lot of times inspiration and thoughts they never come when you're sitting in front of your computer or in front of a pad of paper. Mine usually come when I'm in the car, when I'm driving around. And so having that to just say, oh, that's a great thought, or that's something I want to do, and having that recorder to be able to kind of put that stuff down on paper per se, or record it down so that I have it to refer back to later, has been huge for me. I use that a ton. That, and then I'm ashamed to say, I just started finding like Google Sheets and Docs. I never used that. I was doing everything the hard way, and now I have that. And it's amazing because I can use it with my MacBook. I use it with my phone. It travels with me everywhere. So getting that and having that available has helped me to be much more
Hire a 17-year-old intern, and they'll totally change your life. We had our intern brought her on, and she's like, oh, well, you can do that on Google Docs, and okay. I use Word.
I know, exactly.
I use
It's amazing.
Excel.
It's amazing. It makes things so much easier, makes your life so much easier, and
it's
no matter
always
where you
there.
go,
Yeah.
it's always there.
Yeah,
Yep, which is
exactly.
huge.
So how do our audience get a hold of you?
Okay, well, I am on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So
Okay.
on Facebook, you can find me at Andrea Wiggins Strong. That's the name. My business name is Andrea Wiggins Strong. On LinkedIn, it's at Andrea Wiggins Strong. Or excuse me, on Instagram, it's at Andrea Wiggins Strong. And then on LinkedIn, it's just my name, Andrea Wiggins. So any of those three places, you can find me there. Then my email is Andrea at Andrea Wiggins Strong. So happy to hear from you at any time.
Consistent branding. I love
I
it.
try.
Yeah, I always love it when people have 8 different,
Yeah.
you
yeah.
know, 8 different handles. It's like, okay,
Yes.
just one.
Yes.
Figure the one that works and go with it.
Absolutely.
So, Andrea, thank you very much. This was a
Aw.
wonderful interview. Folks, she is fantastic, and she's a beast in the gym. So, if you need help and you want somebody that can help you, this is the lady to do it for you. So, thank you so much once again for everybody. Right down below me is our subscription button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you'll get these updates, because we do more than one of these a week. And if you're not keeping up with them, they're going to pop in there and you're going to miss them, and you're going to miss meeting really cool people like this. So thanks a lot, and we will see you here next week.